straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come in right at 500, looking to get that win to bump them back above 500.
As you can see, I have
this game means a lot to them because of what you just talked about.
60s
when you can bump yourself over 500,
full
it's a lot of optimism in your building as you move forward.
I didn't use the Titans throwback just yet, so I'll use that another time. But I want to do one similar to the Heidi game, or the Heidi Bowl. For those who have never heard of the Heidi Bowl,
it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Late-season AFL game.
No run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Where the feed cut out, like I believe in the middle of the third quarter.
This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss.
Because
and he's upended after a gain of 2
the game had taken so long that it got preempted by
they tried
Heidi.
A quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping. Those big defensive
I'm sure there were people that watched the Heidi movie, but it was kind of the first major display of like
space to maneuver at the 40. This is caught. It's
football takes precedence. You know? Like people got genuinely upset that the game was cut out.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works
So eventually people were able to get a feed that was still being cut out, was still being broadcast out, even though it wasn't getting to any homes.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
It was a wild game. The Jets have been leading it the entire way.
Those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during
break free of them right at the end, make a huge comeback, 2 touchdowns, I believe, in the last 3 minutes.
They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So,
that one, a first
it was a notable game, to say the least.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
We are at 30-yard line now.
This will be caught by Brown.
Oh, there we go.
Brown, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Able to bust through, get the touchdown. I like it. You know, looking at the old helmet, it is clear that
for the extra point.
This version of the Jets helmet was slightly different than the modern version that they just switched out of.
He's got it, and the Jets lead at 7-0.
Not a huge difference,
but
scoop and score
always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Still pretty fun.
And no run back.
But yeah, the Heidi game is one of
the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back on the field to take over. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff? But they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get it.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Throwing now is Carr. Hauling it in, Nelson. They'll get 34 yards there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process.
No one left behind.
No pointing fingers. Nowhere to turn this
safety blitz, too fast to handle.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge
he does have 1 year left on the contract. I do understand.
Often a play that you make, you feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Bouchard, and he'll get this one down to about the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a play fake. Carr. And that is incomplete.
They're going to change that a little bit. So let's set it for the field goal.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense?
That's the thing.
Right
Oakland
there.
played 2 really good possessions.
He was trying to
they came out of it
but if there's a time
losing the game 7-3.
He needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something.
I can, at the very least, eat up the entire first quarter.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but he went back to 2017.
Yeah, so think of other famous games.
Yards and almost 700 more receiving.
Come through, but you know, I might want to talk about some of those, like the famous overtime game in the playoffs with the Dolphins and the Chargers, the Ice Bowl. There's a few of those that that really stand out when you actually go back and think through the history of the NFL.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
20 yards here. That's nice.
A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me.
This will be the last one of the quarter.
I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Beautiful 30 yards.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles,
2 minutes now.
Had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
All right. I will admit, I still like the classic look of the Jets a little more. Specifically the more 60s style, but the new look does still have its benefits. I do like that it is kind of a fusion of
EA Sports.
The Jets' 2 major looks, the 60s and 2000s look that's on the screen right now, plus the 80s and 90s look with the green helmets and all of that, so, you know.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Nice attempt.
Gonna give this time to the tailback.
Oh, that's stuck.
It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
An excellent first few minutes.
On the counter, here's Bell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Used to be able to just dominate completely with the run game, and they can't stop anything. But we are getting to the point where they're going to start tightening up this line.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
So we get in the end zone here.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And they'll try the air now with Donald. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of its hands quicker.
So I might as well just run out of the pistol.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Out of the shotgun, here's Donald. Yeah, he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Catanzaro now for the extra point.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
For the season, we had to set the goal. I set the intermediate
This
goal
one taken from the 7.
of actually being able to get to
and out of that return, here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Actual season mark. If I can win here, that'll put me 1 away with...
Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. Richard. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
The Raiders moving to Vegas here this year.
On second and 9, Carr and Brate, the tight end's got it.
That's a different.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
I know I'm certainly not.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And the pass complete to Ryan Graham. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Pass complete to Richard, the running back.
Yes.
Richard lost it, and it's scooped up by the Jets. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun
recovery for the same guy.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw
right
the football more times than not.
With all
that was
the
a nice,
timeouts.
easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Let's have some fun.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On fourth down, the Jets turning to Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal try. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So I'm not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again.
No touchdowns.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And that's going to be intercepted.
This is turning into a really
safety. Potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
And I'm in field goal range almost, so I'm going to be playing this up. What I can do.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first
Everything
half.
about this entire sequence has been
good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10
have one play
at the 40.
Timeout.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. It's a screen to Richard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. The final shot here before half for Carr. And Boyd has it over the middle. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in. The good news for them right now, they've got the lead and the football from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now Bell. And he slips up past the 45.
Made this point clear to basically anyone who
14 yards is the pickup.
I don't
there
want the Raiders here in Vegas. If we had to pick the stadium. If they were going to build the stadium themselves, I would have been fine with it.
And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
There would have been a lot more goodwill towards the team, but because this is a stadium that's
back to the ground,
bought and paid for by the city primarily, I'm just so...
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Cleared all my friends who are like,
second down.
Not be excited about that. I'm not. I don't intend to go to any of their games. I have tickets to the Rebel games that are going to be there because one of the few positives that UNLV will now get to use the brand new stadium.
I think of his vision.
But I don't really see any reason to go there when I could give my money to
just a yard on the first down carry.
The Rams
second
owner
and 9.
built his own stadium.
Pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive.
The Jets will be playing both the Chargers and the Rams this year, so unless this Backstreet Boys reunion tour just messes up all the opportunities, I intend to see
trying to run inside, but nothing there.
These guys twice.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams sprint to start a half,
with a run game.
Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game to be in on the second half, no matter what. Those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
In general, I am not a fan of teams that are from iconic cities moving.
And now Oakland ready to take the field.
The thing that was nice
they
about
trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10.
The fact that it was a stadium that the owner paid for themselves.
On the draw, Richard. And he'll be up in at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard
St. Louis Rams, or the very
what's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust covered.
They got that city because they straight stole it.
Old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface.
Been there.
You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
50 years at that point. That was their home. That was their city, and
obviously this has not been a banner game.
It seemed to me if any team was going to leave the Los Angeles area,
don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier
I know the Rams lost a lot of their fan base
last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
They freed up the Coliseum to bring in the Raiders, who had a successful
in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They really appealed to
and this is
a similar set of
and this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for
the working class
down.
of California.
That's the defensive coordinator's nightmare
really
right there. You're covering everyone,
on Dodger
and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've up and get it. Offense and defense. And in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
Back now here on EA Sports.
Yeah, with
a lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter
number 4. You look at baseball, the Angels are nowhere near as competitive with the Dodgers in terms of national intrigue, but
throwing again on second
in terms of actual money spent,
the deflection, it's caught.
They're fairly comparable because the Angels
that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception.
So the Rams kind of
Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Complete. He finds Bray. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. So this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle Trent Brown. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Carr to throw again. Underneath, he's got Bray. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
The Rams lost a lot of that fan base.
That way.
That's what freed them up
to throw again on second down.
An interesting situation. They're going to gain back all of them and probably.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
They will probably retain that base. They'll just make the drive over. So it is kind of
the Raiders on 3rd down. They hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Everything's going to start shaking out differently.
Again, it's Carr. And this one goes incomplete. A first misfire there after 6 straight completions, and it leads to 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Cameron Bray, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
I thought it was coming forward to make the jump.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively,
would have been nice if they didn't. Crazy if they didn't. They could have started running the clock out of the way earlier.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Okay.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Much much higher priority that I just try to run this clock out. So, you know what?
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
I'm going to play this one out.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So I just do 3 straight runs, maybe lose a couple yards. I'll still be able to make the kick. I think he's got a max of like 52, from what I can tell. If I do everything perfectly.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
All right, I'll be able to start kneeling it out here.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Kneel downs.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
So one more first down will clinch it.
They'll run it with Bell.
What just happened?
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run the counter. Bell first down and then some. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
I'm in this close. I want to at least get some points out of it.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Darnold is going to take a knee, and that should just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
All right. That was good.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talking about protecting your home turf, they were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
24-10.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
Not too bad today.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll
finish up the November football next time.